Hello, my friend. If you are someone who regularly sets wellness goals with every intention of following through, but just can't seem to make it stick, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to take a closer look at how behavior change actually works. Welcome to Becoming Burnout Proof, the podcast for stressed out women entrepreneurs who want to learn to operate from a place of ease and calm, not overwhelm. I'm your host, Meg Bingham, a certified stress management specialist, and it's my mission to help you increase your income and your impact without burning out. First things first, happy Quitter's Day. If you didn't know, Strava, a fitness and training app, has been collecting data for years related to exactly when people give up on their New Year's resolutions. The data is showing a majority of people abandoning their ambitious New Year goals on the second Tuesday of January. So, happy quitting day. If this happens to be you, if you set the goal, you started off strong, then lost motivation pretty quickly, you are getting zero judgment from me. I'm going to sound like a broken record here if you've listened to the podcast before, but I think the push to set goals and do big things in January is kind of a joke. Here's yet another reminder that it is the middle of winter, okay? Mammals hibernate and we are mammals. So without going off on a tangent, don't be too hard on yourself, okay? We're going to hit the new goals hard in the springtime. Anyway, the psychology of behavior change is so fascinating to me. It was my favorite thing to study as I was working toward my public health degree. And it's interesting to see how we can apply this not only to changing our own behavior, but also using this information when we create programs to support our clients. So, we're going to take a peek at just two of the foundational health behavior change theories and models and focus on self efficacy, which is the self made magic that makes change possible. And we're going to talk about how to create lasting change for ourselves and for our clients. So, behavior change is at the heart of improving everything, right? If we want to improve our health, if we want to improve our productivity and our well being, behavior change is at the heart of all of it, right? Change, though, can feel so overwhelming. So, how do we go from intention to sustained action? Understanding the psychology behind this can help us navigate this more effectively. All right, so we're going to take a look at one model and one theory of health behavior change. There are several, but these are the two that I refer to and draw on most often when I'm setting goals for myself and when I'm creating programs to help my clients and help my clients help their clients. It's just a ripple effect. So the first is the Transtheoretical Model, also known as the stages of change. Stay with me, okay? So this model outlines 5 stages that people go through when changing a behavior. Now, this is very similar if you caught the levels of awareness episode a few weeks ago related to our marketing messaging. This is very similar idea, but it's tied to behavior change. So the stages are pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, maintenance, and termination. Okay. So people that are in the pre-contemplation stage, they have no intention of changing their behavior. They might know that their current behavior has negative effects, or they might not believe that they can change. They might have tried something and failed before. So they're not even thinking about making a change right now. The contemplation stage is this person has an intention to change their behavior within the next 6 months. They're starting to see the benefits, like maybe if I did start running every day, or maybe if I did start moving my body, or this works in quitting a habit as well. We use this model in tobacco cessation. So someone is intending to quit smoking in the next 6 months. They're aware of the downsides of smoking and the benefits that would come along if they quit. Some people can get stuck in this stage because change can feel overwhelming. It can feel difficult, and they're starting to see some of the barriers to their success. So they can get stuck here. The third stage, preparation, is they are planning to change their behavior within the next month. They might have taken some steps. They're researching, have joined a group. They might have found a coach like you. They have some sort of plan starting to come together. The next stage is action. They have made significant changes to their behavior within the last 6 months, and they are starting to notice changes in their health. The maintenance stage is next. This person is continuing to work on changing their behavior, and they're working on preventing relapse, but they may not be putting in as much time and effort as they were in the action stage. So this is a relapse can occur at any point, but this is a big spot where relapse can happen, where they go back to any of the earlier stages. And termination is the final stage where this individual is no longer tempted to use their old behavior and they feel confident in their ability to keep this change. So, That felt like a lot. But can you see some of the similarities between the Transtheoretical Model and the levels of awareness? It's a thing, it's psychology, and I love how it all comes together. So, in practice, this means we just need to meet people where they are. If someone is in the contemplation stage, they need education and encouragement. They do not need an action plan. Go do this and this and this and this. They need encouragement in the contemplation stage, okay? Change is a process, not an overnight transformation. Logically, we know that. Sometimes we forget and we beat ourselves up. None of that, okay? The next theory that I want to chat over with you is the social cognitive theory. This theory states that we learn behaviors by observing others in our social circle. Health education programs designed using this theory take several factors into account, like the resources a person has available to them, their existing abilities, their expectations of the costs and the benefits of changing a behavior, perceived barriers to making changes, and their level of self-efficacy, which is their belief in their capability of changing their behavior. So programs designed with the social cognitive theory in mind incorporate social modeling. So we need to show these people other folks that are having success making the changes they want to make. Okay, so in practice, if clients see others successfully managing similar challenges, they're more likely to believe that they can do it too. Looking a little bit closer at this idea of self-efficacy, you believe that you have the ability to make changes and do the thing. It's so important because as we build self-efficacy, we're building confidence. It helps us to become more persistent. It helps to build resilience to failure. And this is how we have success in adopting new habits. So, how do we build self efficacy for ourselves as we're setting goals? These are things that we know. So, this is just going to be a reminder for you. We want to set small, achievable goals. Success breeds confidence. So, if you are setting yourself tiny little micro goals and proving to yourself that you can succeed, that builds your sense of self efficacy and that confidence that you can do the big, hard things through tiny little action steps. You also want to make sure you are providing yourself with positive reinforcement. Create a system for celebrating every win, no matter how small it feels. It's also a good idea to seek out examples of others who are having success. This helps normalize challenges and builds belief. This is why mastermind programs and mentorships are so powerful if you happen to be running a business, because you're in a group of other people going through the same things you're going through. You can sympathize with each other and empathize with challenges, but you can also see others who are having success on the other end of those challenges. It's a very, very powerful thing. Also, start to train yourself to reframe your setbacks. Treat every supposed failure as a learning opportunity. So, on the business owner side of things, if you are designing programs to help transform your clients' lives, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to focus on small wins. Momentum starts with progress. So, you're going to help your clients break their goals into micro tasks that feel doable. Create accountability. So, if you need to provide a tracker, an accountability partner, some kind of a check in, right, to help them stay accountable. Leveraging social proof is very powerful. If you are creating a group program or a community, that can really be helpful in creating connection, and they can share those challenges and share those successes. You want to emphasize with your clients consistency over perfection. If you're a coach, you already know these things, right? If you're coming from another industry, if you are a web designer and you want to create a web design coach, this applies to you as well, okay? Emphasize consistency over perfection. So teach them that even if their results are imperfect, the consistency and the effort they're putting in is more valuable than perfection. I would also always recommend incorporating some form of self-reflection into a program for your clients. So whether you do some sort of progress review, a recalibration at different intervals, if you encourage journaling exercises, that's important. It's also great to create a reward system. So for the example of creating a health behavior change, it might be hard to stay motivated when you can't see results in the day-to-day. So logically, you know that exercising daily will reduce your risk of heart disease, but that reward feels very vague or it might feel too far in the future. So it might be tricky to stick with the new habit. So how are you going to measure your progress so you can celebrate every win? If you're creating a program for your clients, what is the reward system going to look like? How are you going to help them maintain their motivation if their results aren't something you see from day to day? All right, let's start wrapping this up here. I feel like this was a lot. This episode might take a couple of listens, but it's something that I love talking about, especially for people who are not coaches, who are entrepreneurs building programs, but don't quite know or understand the psychology behind lasting behavior change. All right. So, practical tips for you if you're working on creating personal changes. Identify one small thing that you want to work on, one teeny tiny itty bitty micro habit. For example, I work with a lot of clients who want to improve their sleep. So, our first baby step in improving our sleep is choosing what time they are going to start their wind down routine. We set an alarm for 9 p.m. That's a signal to set the phone aside and start the routine. That's an example of one tiny habit, the 9 o'clock alarm, putting the phone down. Okay. Track your progress and celebrate milestones. And then you are going to want to seek out stories or communities where you can share your successes with others. If you are creating a plan that supports clients, be sure to help them achieve quick wins. Recognize those quick wins to build that sense of self efficacy and create some sort of check in plan to help them stay on track. Change is challenging, but it is entirely possible with the right mindset, tools, and support. And by understanding how healthy behavior change actually works, we can set ourselves and our clients up for success. Remember that small, itty bitty micro goals and steps lead to the big transformations that we are seeking. I hope today was helpful for you, my friend. If you're ready to deepen your understanding and practice of sustainable behavior change, be sure to join us inside the Work Life Harmony Club or connect with me on Instagram at MegWBing, and I can send you in the right direction. That's all I've got for you today. Be well and be kind, and I will talk to you again soon.